What's up, Flips Nation? This is Travis here, and today I want to talk about a topic that has been coming up a lot in my DMs. People been asking me this question, which is how do you actually check for Pokemon card prices? Alright, so this is more of a beginner's guide, and I know that when I started out, I was very curious on where to find accurate prices as well. So I thought that I'd do a quick video to guide you guys. If you're new, especially if you're new to this, you may not know where to start and you don't want to feel cheated. You want to make sure that if you are trying to sell cards, you are getting them at a fair price. Okay, so this is the approach that I use. So there'll be 3 steps. Okay, step number 1 is the usual websites, the established websites that will actually give you the recommended prices. Okay, second is always you have to cross-reference with the current market price. And lastly, it also depends on your card condition. Alright, so I hope with this video, right, you guys can use this as a reference, very clear reference. And if there's any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. And one more thing, which is this is only for English cards. Okay, so if you want to see me do another one on Japanese cards, then let me know in the comment section below and I'll do it. Alright, okay, so the first thing you need to have, obviously, is always the card that you have in mind. Okay, so for example, this Pikachu VMAX that I want to sell, right? So a few things I need to take note. Alright, so what is this card? What is the Pokemon, obviously? And secondly, you want to take note of the card number. In fact, the card number is even more important than the name of the card. Okay, so in this case, this is 044 out of 185, and you need to know which set this card belongs to. Okay, in order to know that, you can do a quick Google search. For example, the way I'll do it is type in Pikachu VMAX 044/185. That is likely to produce a result that shows you the set that this card is from as well. So we know that this set is this card is from Vivid Voltage. Okay, so once you know all these, this is like the unique identifier. Okay, there is only one type of this card. Then with this info, we can go to the established websites that people use to get a rough gauge of the card prices. So to me, right, these websites such as Throw and Toad, TCG Player, they only give you what I would say is a recommended price. This may or may not be the true market price, the price that people are selling this card for right now. So I don't agree when people put like, okay, I'm selling this card for TNT 1 or TNT 1 times 3. That is just inaccurate most of the time. Alright, and I'm going a bit sideways, but it doesn't mean that your card is TNT 1 or TNT 1.3 that it is a attractive card. It may be a very old card that nobody wants, and TNT is this amount, but if it doesn't sell, then it becomes something with very low liquidity, even if it's seemingly of a high value. Alright, so this is deviating a bit, but this is just my take on people who always, depend on TNT for the prices. Okay, with that said, this is the first website that I always go into. This is Pokellector. Okay, so other people, they have their own preferences, but this is just what I like and what works for me. So basically with Pokellector, I not only get the card list, the card images and all that, I get the recommended prices as well. Okay, so you see what I'm talking about. So let's take for example the Pikachu VMAX example. Okay, so you have to stick with me along this entire guide. We will be using this Pikachu card. Okay, so firstly, alright, I have to find the set that this Pikachu card belongs to. Okay, so if you take a look over here, newest English sets, okay, this is where you go in and you find out the cards for the set, for the particular set. So I'm using a very recent card from Vivid Voltage. Okay, so it's easy, but this is a hint. Alright, people been asking me how do I find card prices, even for cards many years back. Okay, so you go to Pokellector, and then this database is absolutely amazing. Check this out. We can scroll all the way to even base set. Okay, so this is like a library of information over here. So back to our example of Vivid Voltage. So let me click on Vivid Voltage. So my objective right now is to find the particular card. Okay, alright, so we have our card list, right? Remember, our card in mind is Pikachu VMAX, and I see it already. Okay, number 44. So you can cross check the number also. Okay, number 44, out of 185 Pikachu VMAX. Then you see this. It's so easy, guys. Alright. So TCG player $21. So I would refer more to TNT Throw and Toad. Okay, because I find that their recommended prices are more accurate. So TNT gives you $31.90, eBay $20. Ignore Amazon and the rest. Okay, in my experience, these are way inaccurate. All right. So then you may have the question, okay, so which price do I refer to, right? So then this is ultimately where you as the seller, okay, or the card owner needs to make a decision, right? Now, sometimes what I do is also go into Throw and Toad. So you click the link over here, okay? And then, boom, it directs you. So it's super easy, guys. It redirects you to the Throw and Toad page, okay? And then you may see there's a slight discrepancy here, okay, but not a lot. Okay, if you want to go to TCG player, that's fine as well. If over here, because it's not updated, it's not the most updated. All right, so if you take a look at TCG player, a near mint copy is going for $39.99. So this one has to update. Okay, but what I love about Pokellector is it gives you a quick overview of what the card is and the prices. All right, so this brings us to the second step. Okay, so this is how I approach it. Okay, after I have a rough idea of what I should sell the card for, I will go and check the actual prices that this card is being sold for recently. All right, so where I'll go to firstly eBay. If you are from Singapore, right, you want to use Carousel as well, because Carousel will be the most accurate. So I'll touch a bit on Carousel later. So eBay is international. Okay, so we get to see what the world is paying for this card basically. So same thing, it is super easy, guys. Type in Pikachu, okay, you get the drill ready VMAX, and then we must always key in the number 044185 and it actually shows up. Okay, so we click on the link. Now here's the thing, okay, I have mentioned this earlier before. These are all new listings. Okay, we want to refer to sold items because these are prices that buyers have actually paid. Okay, makes sense. So then we see, okay, sold 27 May, sold 27 May. Okay, so this is currently sorted by ended recently. Of course, you can have the other options if you like, but we want to check recent prices. Okay, so I see, okay, 26, 26, 20. These are obviously graded cards, so it's different. So raw cards, you are looking at raw cards, okay, 1750. So I'm like, okay, people are actually willing to sell at such a low price. Okay, $20, $21, $22. So what this means is that even though these so-called established websites, they say that this card price is $34 or $32, people right now are only buying it for 20 bucks, okay, or 25 bucks, which means that logically speaking, if I sell this, I put this up for sale for $33, do you think people will buy? Maybe you're lucky and yes, you get the sale, but most likely you have to lower the price. Okay, if you're from Singapore or Malaysia, this quick section is for you as well. And why this is important, because most likely you will be selling your cards, buying or selling your cards in this platform. Alright, so the same thing applies. Very simple, guys. What we do over here is type in the name and the number, Pikachu VMAX 44/185. Alright, then you see the results come out. Okay, so you just ignore those not relevant ones. Okay, so you see, for example, here $50. I think this is way overpriced. $42. Okay, $40. Take note of the number of days ago, how recent it is. This is like 1 month ago, 2 months ago, and prices can change drastically. Like this one 6 months ago, $65. Okay, so I think these are way overpriced. To me, the actual card price is ultimately an aggregate of all the prices that you see everywhere from different sources. All right, so why this is so good, having different sources, is that it gives you knowledge. You know that what many different sources from all over the world are rating this card, are valuing this card, so that you don't shortchange yourself. So ultimately you can give yourself a fair price and you don't get ripped off. Even if there's some kind of discrepancy, right? $5 discrepancy, a few dollars discrepancy is fine. Okay, you don't want to be so unaware that if a card is actually worth $50 or $100, you sell it for $5. That's what we want to prevent over here. There is no perfect price, but at least you get a rough estimate, a fair price for you. Okay, lastly guys, it also depends on your card condition as well. Okay, I don't know why. I find it very strange that many people tend to neglect this. Alright, it's not difficult to see your card condition, and especially if it's a very old card and there's a lot of whitening or it's damaged. Obviously you're not gonna fetch as high of a value if compared to if it's a mint condition one. That's just the truth. Okay, if you don't like that, this is just the truth. Okay, so usually that's why in these websites they put mint condition or they put near mint condition. If yours is bent or damaged, you can't expect me to pay the same price as a mint condition one. Okay, so for example, in my case, right, this Pikachu looks pretty good, the condition. Okay, brand new, freshly pulled and sleeved immediately. And also when we talk about condition, we are talking about grading condition as well. Okay, so this is one step above, but people who are actually especially buying those high ticket cards, right, they are looking at the centering as well, they are looking at the corners, they are looking basically all the criteria that PSA or Beckett or CGC use for grading the card. Why? Because they want to send a card for grading. Okay, so this plays a part into the actual card value or the card price as well, even more so if the card is a highly valued one. Usually like $5 card, $10 card, people don't care much and they won't sell for grading anyways. But for say Charizard or the Rainbow Pikachu or vintage cards, people are very particular about the centering, the surface condition, any tiny whitening specks, and things like that. Alright, so all this will play into the card value. Now, how much it affects the card price really depends on the specific flaw, I would say. If say it's a very uneven centering, okay, a card that's worth say $30-$40 may only be able to sell at $25. Okay, maybe you take a 20% off or 30% off, okay, because the centering is way off, and if people want to send this for grading, immediately it will not get a perfect Gem Mint 10. It will get 8 or even 7, who knows. So the value is not there already. Okay, so I hope this makes sense. And it also depends on the buyer as well. I mean, some buyers are very particular about this, but if you have a card with slight whitening, you know, things like that, some people may not be so bothered if it's not such a high value card, but some people are very particular. So if I have seen cases like even one white spot, then it takes like 20-30% off the card value. Okay guys, so I hope this was useful for you, and let me know in the comment section any information that I left out or any tips or ways that you use to check your card prices. And as usual, if you found this video helpful, I appreciate if you could like, comment and share, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already done so. We are so close to 700 subscribers, so press the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.